I want to share with you this afternoon from Philippians 4, verses 6 and 7. The passage says, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which passes all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." I've been thinking a lot about this passage over the past few weeks as I've struggled with anxiety. And I'm sure that a lot of you have struggled in the same way that I have. But I want to share a little story with you today. A few years ago, Dawn and I decided to travel down the Trent-Severn system, and we started our journey by crossing Lake Simcoe. When we set out, we thought it was a reasonable day to be traveling, but we weren't on the water very long before we discovered that really we ought not to have been out there. So we did the only sensible thing. We decided that we should head for shore, and there seemed to be a bit of a harbor off in the distance. So we made our way there. When we got close to shore, there was a man standing on a dock waiting for us. And he said to me, "Who are you?" My response was, "Well, that depends. Who do I have to be in order to stay here?" The man was very generous, and he did allow us to stay, and we had a safe night in the harbor. And I've been thinking about that and wondering, okay, well, who am I in Christ? I am a child of God. I have been crucified with Christ. It's no longer I who live, but Christ lives in me. And the life I now live, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself up for me. That's who I am. And because that's who I am, I can trust, I can have faith, I can choose faith and not be afraid. I've thought a lot about one of the things Chris said last week, and he said, "Let the peace of God rule in your heart." Let the peace of God rule in your heart. And this little phrase has really stayed with me throughout the last few days. The idea that it's already there for us. This peace is actually on offer, and all I have to do is accept it. So today I just want to encourage you to choose faith. Don't choose fear. Don't choose anxiety.